Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I threw that so far in the air. Oh my God! I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2024. Or maybe 2025. The album, Dad, Shimmy, Shimmy, Av. Rock on, gold dust. Players only love you when they're playing. Boost! How are you guys doing today? It is actually Friday the 21st. Today is my husband's 40th birthday. And we just got back from the being at the pool and the beach all day long. The weather is interesting. It was supposed to be like thunderstorms the entire time that we're here. Today it would like thunderstorm for like 10 minutes and then the sun would come out and it was very, very nice. And then it would be out for like an hour and then it would thunderstorm for kind of how it is in Mexico and the Caribbean and stuff like that. So we just got back to the room. My husband is out on the patio right now, hanging from the hammocks, drying off, and we are waiting for our last two friends to arrive. They're on their way here right now. And then tonight we are going to dinner and going out to a club in Tulum. So I'm very, very excited about that. When we got back to the room, the like concierge did this they put like piñatas up here and balloons for Alex. They got him a bottle of champagne for his birthday and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, tomorrow we have plans all day long. And so I actually was the first one. Well, some of our friends came back to their room to take a nap, and I was like, okay, Alex, I'm gonna go back to the room, and then I can film a video because we're doing stuff all day tomorrow, and then I'll have the video ready to go. And he was like, okay, he's like, I'm gonna hang down here for a little bit at the pool. And then like 5 minutes after I literally was just getting ready to push record, and he came through the door, and I was like, okay, he's like, I said, do you care if I film? He's like, no, I'll just sit on the patio. I'll sit in the hammock and look through all my birthday messages I got online. And I just want to say, I posted on Instagram some pictures of Alex and a birthday message, and so many people DM'd my husband, and so many people commented on the picture and were so nice. I just want to say thank you so much. My husband loved all of those messages, and he's just been reading them all day long, and so many of his friends and family reached out to him, and we walked on the beach, and he cried a little bit, and he just was like, you know, I have such an amazing life, and I have such a good life, and so it's been so fun to be able to spend my husband's 40th birthday with me. It seems like, well, it doesn't actually just seem like yesterday. We've been together almost 16 years. So, this video actually today that I was going to film, I had done a video a couple years ago with my brother-in-law, Fufu, Juan Carlos, but we call him Fufu. And a couple years ago, I filmed a video with him. I feel like this, whatever this is behind me, is this a balloon? I feel like it's like, looks like it's part of my head. Now it looks like, I don't know what that is. But anyway, so a couple years ago I did, oh, by the way, where is it at? Oh, it's right here. So Alex got hats for everybody on this trip. They all got dad hats, but I don't like the dad hats. So he got me a trucker hat, and I love this hat so much. And so each of them, like my sister-in-law Jessie loves sushi, so hers has like a sushi roll on it, and each one has like something. So Alex got this hat for me. He thought I could wear it in videos, and it says, no fucks given. No fucks given, no fucks left to give. And let's talk about Jaclyn Hill, another person that has no fucks left to give. Okay, so yeah, anyway, so the video that I was gonna film today was, I'm gonna actually, wait, I gotta work a hat out until it fits my head properly. So I had asked Jessie, my sister-in-law, that they just got married in October, and I said, would you like to do a sit-down like Q&A with me while we're on vacation? I said, if we just have a half an hour in the room or whatever. And she's like, oh, I would love to do that. I think it would be so much fun. And so she said, but we could do it with like Fufu too. And I said, we already did one. We don't need him for that. This is just you and I, like the brother and sister-in-law. I think that would be so much fun. So that might be coming. It kind of depends on our schedule while we're down here. But late last night, sometime last night, I started getting sent all these DMs about what Jaclyn Hill was up to. And I was like, oh my God, this is so great, because now I have a video for this weekend. Was it last night or the night? It was the night before. It was before we left. So it was Wednesday night. I started getting sent all these DMs about what Jaclyn had posted on Instagram. So it's always interesting. People will like send me, or Jaclyn's like, they'll like share it with me, like her Instagram story and stuff like that. but I can never see what it says because she has me blocked on Instagram. So it just says like, I can see it says like, they send it to me. They don't put like a message like, look what Jaclyn Hill said. They'll just send it to me, right? Like a post, not a story, but a post. And so it'll just say Jaclyn Hill's post underneath it, but I can't see what it says because she has me blocked on Instagram. So then I have to go into my side account. So I went into my side account and Jaclyn Hill put up this picture here. I'm not going to include it in here. It's a very nice picture, okay? It's a picture of her and Jordan, and they are sitting on like this mountaintop in California and stuff like that. It's a cute picture of them. Cute picture. I love them as a couple. I think that he's fantastic for her, and she's never seemed happier in her life, and I'm very, very happy for them as a couple. So under here, she had, hold on, let me actually pull up the actual post on Instagram really, really quick. Let me go into my side account over here, pull up Miss Jaclyn Hill. Okay. Oh, look what she got on her story today, girl. Oh, she got on her story pasta that Jordan made for her. What else she got on her? She got any affiliate links on here? She but crazy. Oh, look, then she made her a little revised charcuterie tray. Here, what's she say at the top here? I eat this snack several times a week. Hits the spot every time. All right, girl, hey. Okay, what's the next one she's got on here? A flower bouquet. It looks like a wedding. There might be going to. She got coffee from that Airwa. I can't pronounce that. Oh, then she bought a bunch of treats. She's showing all these treats. Can't believe she didn't tag all them treats. But anyway, everyone wants to know how much this all costs. The total was $203, but we also had sushi, salad, kimchi, and bottled water. Okay, so she posted it, and within the hour, because she posts it and then she posts that. So within an hour, everybody was asking you, Jaclyn, how much all this cost. I doubt it. She always says, everybody asked me for this. Everybody wants to know that. Girl, what's she saying in this one? Hold on a second.
You are not going to ask me how much money I spent on groceries and then bully me for the price. Okay? When I posted the Airwan bag, everybody in my DMs was like, how much did this cost?
Okay, so apparently people are bullying Jaclyn Hill because they're asking her how much she spent on her groceries, so they're bullying her for how much she spent on groceries. Groceries are expensive, girl. Whether you go to Airwan or Whole Foods or Aldi. Groceries are expensive. Okay. And then she's got, oh, this vacation stuff that she's pumping right here. I want to tell you, I bought some of that stuff. That stuff, I did a review of it on my review channel. It smells straight up like cat spray, okay? People are like, what is cat spray? Cat spray is when cats, it's not piss. It's when they, like, mark their territory, okay? It's dirty smelling. It's gross. That vacation stuff smells like cat spray. True story. It's a waste of money. Don't ever spend your money on it. So anyway, she posts this Instagram story. Hold on, let me turn up the volume. And it's her and Jordan right here. And on here, she says, POV, point of view. You closed down your business and moved across the country with the love of your life, okay? So that's what she says in here. And then underneath here it says, okay, now let's make some babies. And people are really, really excited about it. Now, Jaclyn Hill's kind of hinted out for a while now that she wants to start a family and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of made me speculate that her channel will probably move into the direction of more of a, I don't know that I necessarily see Jaclyn Hill, and I think she's too worried about the criticism, and I think she's smart for this. I don't think she will move fully into the direction of being a family vlogging channel. I don't think that's what you will ever get from Jaclyn Hill. I think she wants to move more into the direction of being a lifestyle blogger, whatever you want to call it. And I think that would be smart for her. I think her audience would really, really enjoy that, right? And so I think, you know, she's come out and she said she doesn't really love makeup. She actually does this TikTok where she said she's always been a makeup girl. And I'm like, 2 weeks ago you just said you're really not that into makeup anymore. I think she doesn't know what to do, right? It's okay to come out and say, I'm not as interested in makeup as I used to, but every once in a while I still love to play with makeup and get glammed up. Like, that's totally fine. I think Jaclyn is so constantly worried about what somebody is going to say that it keeps her from being honest. In fact, when I look back at the lies that Jaclyn Hill has made, I think it's kind of like she's lied to cover up a lie, and then she forgets her lies, and then she gets mad that people confront her about her lies, and she doesn't remember what her lies are. I think that's a lot of what's happened to Jaclyn Hill in the past, because I think that she rose so quickly and everybody was like, Jaclyn, we love you, Jaclyn, we love you, Jaclyn. She had a super huge fandom. And then when she got caught up for some lies and the lipsticks happened, I don't know that she knew how to handle that criticism. And I think that's what happened is like, she started getting, my husband is swinging back and forth on this hammock, and I'm like, literally, I know you are having fun on your birthday. Just let me get this video. He's like out there videoing himself, and he is swinging back and forth in this hammock, and I'm like sitting here trying. Y'all want to see? Let me show you right there. There is the birthday boy. You can't see because it's okay, but anyway, is it coming? There is the birthday boy, and all. Happy birthday, Alex! Hey, wave to everybody. So anyway, I kind of think that's a little bit of what happened to Jaclyn through the years. And I get it, in all honesty, I do, right? Like, I get the struggle with getting confrontation and things like that, right? And all this kind of stuff. And she comes out and she does, like, the Instagram story, right? She's talking about stop bullying. She's joking. She doesn't, I don't believe that Jaclyn Hill really feels like she's being bullied over how much she spent on groceries. I think it's almost kind of like, in the past, she has said that other people have bullied her, and then drama commentary channels, myself, have talked about, she takes small things and says, people are bullying me, and she always plays a victim. So to her now, like, Jaclyn is not somebody that I think has a very keen sense of humor. And so it's like, and Jaclyn's also the person that's like, I can make jokes about shit, but you can't make jokes about the same shit that I make jokes about, right? And so, like, but I don't think she really truly believes she's being bullied over the groceries. I think it's kind of tongue-in-cheek joke, right? But anyway, I think that's a lot of what happened to Jaclyn through the years. And I think that what happened was she didn't really know how to handle the criticism. You know, Jaclyn Hill was somebody that got huge on YouTube and, you know, on Instagram and stuff like that when she was in her 20s. And I think this is me really trying to be understanding and sympathetic of Jaclyn, okay? And I think that she rose to fame. I think she wasn't used to it like a lot of YouTubers were, and then she had this huge fame and things like that. The problem was she didn't really think it through. She didn't really handle it that well. And, you know, like, I mean, I was in my 20s once too, didn't make great choices. I've known other people, you know, things like that that didn't always make good choices, but you start learning to think things through. I don't know that I feel like Jaclyn's really learned that through the years. It's like she continues to, like, double down on on the things that she says. Like, for example, in this story, she says, point of view. You closed down your business and moved across the country with the love of your life. Now, I'm not really sure who she's referring to here, because Jaclyn Hill did not close down a business. Forma, who owned Jaclyn Cosmetics, this is all in the court documents. When people want to dispute this with me, I'm not even going to get in an argument with you because it's ignorant, okay? Go look up Jaclyn Cosmetics Forma brand documents. You do the research if you want to argue with me about it, okay? You do the research, and what you will see is that Jaclyn was never the controlling partner of Jaclyn Cosmetics. Forma Brands owned Jaclyn Cosmetics. In fact, it's so interesting to me, some of the comments that I read, because, like, people are like huge fans, and they're like, I'm a huge fan. Like, you never knew this? And they're like, it's a family-owned business. I'm like, okay, this is all part of the lie and the mystique of Jaclyn Hill, right? In fact, and it probably still is, for years and years and years, Forma Brands had Jaclyn Cosmetics listed on there and said that they were Jaclyn Cosmetics was one of their brands. Hold on a second. Forma Brands. Let's look up Forma Brands really quick. Forma Brands. The current brands, this is from 2023, November, the current brands within the Forma Brands portfolio, and that means these are the companies that they own, include Morphe, Morphe 2, Lipstick Queen, Jaclyn Cosmetics, and Born Dreamer. And so they owned Forma Brands, and it says underneath here, you can go in here on December 4th, who owns Forma Brands, in addition to Jeffries Finance, this is not Jeffree Star, LLC, funds managed by Cerberus Capital Management LP and FB Immediate Holdings LLC. The company's new owners now also include and invest consumer brand investment and operational platform with expertise in the beauty industry. Okay, so they're the new owners because Forma Brands was going bankrupt. They weren't doing well at all, okay? So when you go underneath here, why is it not pulling up Forma Brands? Is there not a website for Forma Brands anymore? Do they not have a website? Forma Brands website. This is interesting. Have they taken down their whole, no, it says Morphe is on here. Okay, let's go to Morphe and see. Why can I not find Forma? Let's look up Forma.com. I used to look this up all the time because they had their companies listed on here. Forma.com. Come on now. Looks like they took down their website, which is very, very interesting because I speculated for some time that they would get rid of Morphe because I didn't think that Morphe was making them any money. So this is what happened, okay? This is what happened behind the scenes, and then Jaclyn Hill came out and she confirmed it, okay? Is that she didn't really tell how it started. So Jaclyn Cosmetics started because Jaclyn filed an LLC, okay, for Jaclyn Cosmetics. Anybody can file an LLC, all right? It doesn't mean that you own a huge corporation. And this is where Jaclyn wants to rewrite history and lie to her audience again and go, I'm not a liar. I don't lie. I don't know what we're talking about. So she filed an LLC, okay? Anybody can. You can go tomorrow and file Susie Jones LLC and pay the amount of money it costs to file the LLC. It doesn't mean that your business is is worth $1 million. Your business could be worth 30 cents and it wouldn't really matter. Your business could be worth no money. You can still file an LLC. She filed, this is not pulling up Forma Brands, so I have to believe that Forma Brands is taking down their website. So Jaclyn files Jaclyn Cosmetics LLC, okay? I believe at first she had some money to invest in the company. $10,000, $20,000, maybe something like that. Hold on just a second, my husband's coming inside. Okay, I'm back. So he went up to the lobby because our friends are here. So he went to go meet them, and I said I would be up there and join them in just a second when I finish this video. So, okay, so anyway, so Jaclyn filed this LLC for Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I believe that she probably, this is what I believe, this is my opinion, is that Jaclyn had some family money, it was a family, she wanted to do it as a family business, that's why she came out and said it was a family business, and so she probably had, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 to set aside to start this company, right, that she was willing to invest in it. I think at that time was when Linda from Morphe said to Jaclyn, okay, with a $60,000 or $100,000 or whatever, $200,000, whatever you have saved to start this business, you're not going to be able to make it and distribute it on the level that you want to do, okay? Like, I think like with Lunar Beauty, with Morphe and Laura Lee Cosmetics, like, I think they are really personally owned businesses. And so that's why like their distribution isn't as big, and Jaclyn Cosmetics was able to do it on a larger scale because she was like teaming up with more like Linda and Morphe. That's why people speculated for years and years and years. When you go back in history and you look at it, people speculated for a long time that either Jaclyn owned stock in Morphe or Morphe owned stock in Jaclyn Cosmetics. People speculated this for years and years and years because of her close friendship with Linda at Morphe. Well, at that time, what happened was there was this overall business that Forma Brands that owned Morphe. They were the controlling company. And I think Linda, who is part of all that from Morphe, that owns Morphe, said, Jaclyn, we will help you get your business on the level that you wanted to. From a business point of view, it was very, very smart, okay? Because what happened was she got all these investors. That is not abnormal for businesses that wanted to be on a huge level to get investors, okay? I mean, business people do that all the time. I don't fault Jaclyn for getting investors. I don't fault her if she put no money into it and they owned 100% of it and paid her a salary. I don't fault her at all for that. I don't fault Jaclyn Hill, okay, for teaming up with Forma Brands or Morphe or Linda being a partner in Jaclyn Cosmetics or however it went down. What I fault Jaclyn for is lying to her audience about it, because what Jaclyn said was, this is a family-owned business. I started this business from scratch with my own money, and that was not true, okay? That was not true at all, and how it all went down. If she started the company and paid the LLC to be incorporated, okay, and she paid the $50 filing fee for it or whatever it is, okay, then she can say that and stand behind that. But it's really like a lie by omission, right? It's like your mom drops you off at the library to go study, and you go in there and you meet your girlfriends, and then you go and you drive around, smoke cigarettes, and meet up with boys, and then they drop you off at the library and your mom picks you up. And she says, did you have a good time at the library? Well, for the 3 minutes that you were there, you did. And so you go, yeah, but you don't tell her that you drove around and smoked cigarettes with boys, or smoked cigarettes and, you know, hung out with boys and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's very much that. It's that teenage mentality of lying by omission. That's really where I've always had an issue with Jaclyn Hill, is that she lies by omission, okay? And so when it started, I think she thought she could get more people to buy into, because businesses, there's this whole idea of the story, okay? Like, the story of a business is very, very important, okay? So, for example, I worked in a treatment facility that was a nonprofit organization, okay? And I had gone through that treatment facility, right? And so I was sober and I was working at this treatment facility. And so the CEO would call me because when they wanted to get grant money from, you know, huge donators in Indianapolis and things like that, she would call me up and say, can you meet with this person and can you tell them your story about how this treatment facility really helped you and it gave you your life back and now you're working here? Because the story of somebody getting sober through that facility, staying sober, and then wanting to work at that facility is really encouraging to people to, hey, I want to invest money in this organization because it obviously works and this is a good example of it, right? So that was me telling my story. All businesses have a story, all right? The story to a business is very important. Whether they're a story of sustainability and that's what their mission is, whether their story is they donate a lot of money, whether that story is that they're passionate about what they do, whatever their story is, the story of a company, how they got started. It's why I always love to read about sections on websites. How did you get here? How did you get started on this? What is your passion? The story behind a company is very, very important. The story to Jaclyn Cosmetics is very important because what it was I am a woman that started with nothing, was on food stamps, that was very, very poor, that was working at the Mac counter, got lucky enough to get famous on YouTube, and now I am starting my own family-owned brand. And I'm very, very proud of the brand that I am doing. She even said, I have no investors. I'm doing this all on my own, okay? Now, to find out later, if she had come out and said, this has always been my dream, okay? I didn't have money to do it the way that I wanted to because there's no shame in this. And so I have Forma brands that I am partnering with, but I am still the controlling one that's going to make the decisions, and I'm going to do this and pick out the colors and name the palettes. But I just couldn't get it on the level that I wanted it to financially, so I partnered up with Forma brands. Nobody would have faulted Jaclyn for it, okay? And I don't believe there was any NDA out there that exists that told Jaclyn she couldn't say that. That was a decision that Jaclyn made, okay? Companies don't have NDAs like that. Forma brands had Jaclyn Cosmetics listed for years on their website. Anybody could have gone and looked and known that Forma brands owned Jaclyn Cosmetics. It wasn't until the bankruptcy suit came out with Forma brands that people really started looking into Forma brands and seeing that Jaclyn owned them. Nobody really questioned it until then, right? And then the lipstick situation happened, and I think it put Jaclyn in a very difficult situation because what it did was, now she's come out and said, this is my sole company, I own it, I have no partners. So in that moment, that probably was partly her mistake, but also Forma Brands' mistake too. She couldn't get on video and sell Forma Brands out because they were still financially backing her and she was making a salary. She at that point literally was the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics, getting paid to be the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics. The paperwork says that, okay? Dispute it all you want in the comment section below. Be the biggest Jaclyn Hill fan that you ever want to be. But that is fact, okay? That's in the court documents. And she's never come out and addressed that otherwise, okay? If it were me and there was no truth to that and it was a family-owned business and I'd always stood by that, I would get on video and say, y'all are a bunch of effing liars, okay? There's no truth to that. It's a family-owned business. Like I said, every cent of that company is mine, and let me prove it to you. She got on video and showed documentation, okay, on paperwork about those lipsticks. She's never been willing to do that about the ownership of this company. Ask yourself that, okay? If Jaclyn were willing to get in a video and address the fact about these lipsticks with paperwork, why isn't she willing to get in a video and address the issues of what she owned in this company? In fact, the company was dissolved in December, and I said the last video she would make of 2023 or going into 2024 was going to be her talking about the dissolution of Jaclyn Cosmetics. And even in that video, she explains, right? But she doesn't ever say they own it. She says, basically, what she says is, and this had already been going on behind the scenes, I had already made a video about it, right? That they offered for her to buy Jaclyn Cosmetics from Forma Brands, okay? She would have had to pay for whatever Jaclyn Cosmetics was worth at that time, $3-4 million. It wasn't making a lot of money, okay? She had already dissolved Jaclyn Roxanne and Cozy brand, okay? So she just had she had already come out and done that. This was Jaclyn thinking ahead. This is where when people, you know, like, they think she doesn't think 3 steps ahead. She does, but she doesn't ever address it, right? Like, that's where she doesn't carry her audience along with her. I mean, I was surprised in the comment section of this post how many people were like, your brand doesn't exist anymore, where am I going to get my makeup? And I'm like, girl, she literally dissolved her business in December, okay? Well, she didn't, Forma Brands did, and it's June, and it's been 6 months, and you're such a diehard Jaclyn Hill fan, and she said it in 2 videos, you're such a diehard Jaclyn Hill fan that you didn't even know that her business was closed in December. And these are the people that will go to any lengths to defend this woman. That's what I think, okay? I mean, these are the people that want to claim that they love these people so much and will stand up for them and go to any lengths, but they know nothing about these people. Y'all super fans of Jaclyn Hill didn't even know that she closed her business. It closed in December. She didn't close it. Forma closed it, okay? So when you're in the comment sections being like, I don't know how I'm going to get this powder. Where am I going to get my lipsticks? Okay, the business closed in December. She been closed. She do. Okay, she done. The business is closed, okay? Well, they offered for Jaclyn to buy her business and run it on her own. Kevin J. Bennett, who's a makeup artist and an expert in this field, he came out and said this was a rumor 2 months before this, in December. Like in October, he came out and said it, right? That word on the street within the beauty industry was that Jaclyn was offered to buy Forma Brands. At that time, she was going out to LA for a lot of meetings, remember that? The meetings were now, that we know in retrospect, probably them offering for her to buy Jaclyn Cosmetics and run it on her own. Now, this is a woman that has always claimed that she loved owning this business. She wanted to own this business. She wanted to start this family-owned business. But now the company that's the partner that you've never admitted to having a partner, they're offering to sell you back your company that you've claimed to always be the CEO and run. They're offering to sell it back to you, and you don't want it, girl. You don't care about it anymore. Your response to that is, I'm not a makeup girl anymore, okay? So you don't buy Forma Brands. It just gets dissolved, and now you're not making your money anymore from what Forma Brands was paying you. This is the truth. You guys don't want to believe this, go look up the paperwork. I'm not doing it anymore. I've said it enough in videos. I've shown it enough in videos, and people don't want to still believe it. Oh my God, I'm such a huge Jaclyn Hill fan. When did she close her business? In December, and you still don't know, okay? But she do. So anyway, this is the thing. It's like Jaclyn makes all these excuses, but she still won't come out, okay? And say that it wasn't her brand, okay? That's like going to McDonald's and working the drive-thru and telling people, I own this McDonald's. No, you don't, girl, okay? Just because you're working drive-thru, don't make you the king of the Big Macs, okay? Just because you're, cooking up some chicken nuggets, don't mean that you own that franchise. That's very much what Jaclyn Hill was doing, okay? Jaclyn Hill was giving her time and her energy and her face to Jaclyn Cosmetics, but she didn't own any part in it, okay? She didn't own any controlling part of Jaclyn Cosmetics. That's been proved on paperwork, and she's never come out and addressed it otherwise. Now, if you really own this company, and there's been so many people that speculate about it, okay, and so many people that have hit her up in DMs, Jaclyn Hill can turn it around in an hour on an Instagram story because people are asking her how much her groceries cost. Which is such a weird vibe to me because I do grocery store hauls literally every week. And I am never embarrassed to say I paid $10 for this bag of nuts or this whatever over there. I mean, it's groceries are groceries, okay? Why is she so pressed what people think about how much she spent on nuts or food or yogurt? Who'd give a shit? Nobody cares, okay? We already know you're a rich bitch. We know that, okay? Like Nene Licks on Atlanta, it's just, I'm a rich bitch, girl, okay? I mean, we already know that, Jaclyn. We know you have a lot of money. She's made a lot of money from YouTubes and sponsorships and Jaclyn Cosmetics through the years and collaborations she's done. And hey, look, she's done a lot of work, right? So anyway, what's interesting to me is that now she wants to rewrite history, okay? I have never understood. This is where she wants to say she's not a liar, and all these people are always kind of saying bad stuff about her, and Jordan's like, if you knew the truth, come out and tell us the truth, Jordan. Jordan got in an interview and said if people knew the truth about Jaclyn's makeup brand behind the scenes, first of all, what that indicates is that we don't know the truth, okay? If Jordan says in an interview, if people knew the truth, okay, about Jaclyn Cosmetics behind the scenes, in that statement, what he is saying is, on that interview that he did on the couch with those guys is, we don't know the truth about Jaclyn Cosmetics. And the reason we don't know the truth is because Jaclyn's never told us the truth, okay? If Jordan and Jaclyn want us to know the truth about Jaclyn Cosmetics, maybe they should come out and tell us the truth about it, okay? We're not talking about a rumor, okay? We're not talking about something that happened between her and two friends and speculating about it, right? We're talking about her major money maker, her biggest venture of life, her makeup brand that she owned as a result of all of her audience following her for years and years and years. This was her biggest venture. When people say she doesn't have to come out and address this, we demand a lot less from a lot of business owners, okay? And just because you have a personal online parasocial relationship with Jaclyn Hill as a business owner that she claims to be but never was, doesn't reduce her to the fact that she shouldn't have to address anything to do with her businesses, okay? I mean, if you're going to get in a video and you're going to address those lipsticks, why would you not address the closing of your brand? She even came out and said she could buy it back. She said that in a video. Go fact check it. She said that she could buy her brand herself and run it, that she's not that interested in makeup. She said that in a video. Okay, so if she said that in the video, that was kind of her a little bit admitting that she never really did own Jaclyn Cosmetics. Now to say you closed down your business, who did, girl? Forma, she do. Forma closed down your brand. Forma closed down the brand. Forma offered you the option to buy your brand back. You chose not to do that. They closed down the brand, okay? That was not your decision, Jaclyn. This is you, again, lying to your audience, okay? This is, again, Jaclyn Hill manipulating words and terms and the way that things look and the optics, okay? That's always been my issue with Jaclyn Hill, okay? Is that she lies by omission and she manipulates optics to make it look a certain way that it's not. What I'm so confused about, right, is why she doesn't just get on video and say, number one, I need to apologize to Kaylin Nicholson because I never said her name in a video and I stole her brand name. Whether I knew it or not, I don't care. It was too late. Legal was involved, but I've never apologized to her online, and now I've closed my brand down. This gal rebranded her entire website, line, and everything because I had that name Cozy and she had it previously, okay? And yes, it was probably the wrong thing to do, and maybe I wasn't really that aware of that, but you know what? I've never gotten a video and apologized to her. So Kaylin, to you, I apologize, and I apologize that 2 years later I closed down the brand and you had to rebrand everything. She could do that, and she could come out and say, and I never did own Jaclyn Cosmetics. Forma Brand owned it. And they really helped me. And I'm really thankful to Forma Brands because they partnered with me and gave me the financial backing to make Jaclyn Cosmetics what it is. To make Jaclyn Cosmetics so successful that it was, right? And we had some mistakes. The lipsticks were a real screw up. That was me and Forma Brands together. And I'm so grateful that I got to get through that. And Forma Brands helped me with that. And Linda from Morphe helped me with that. And I'm so grateful for the partnership. And at the end, they offered me to buy back Jaclyn Cosmetics, and in all honesty, I wasn't that interested in makeup anymore, and I didn't see smaller brands being that lucrative in the post-lockdown society that we are today, and so I thought, you know what, it's not a great investment for me, and I'm not that interested in it anymore, so no, I didn't. Nobody would fault Jaclyn for that, okay? I fault Jaclyn for continuing to lie to her audience and come out here and play it up like something that it's not. Imagine moving, point of view, you move cross-country and close down your brand and move cross-country. Girl, you didn't own the brand. This is, again, Jaclyn Hill rewriting history, acting like something was that it wasn't. That's my issue with her. People are like, you hate Jaclyn Hill. I don't hate Jaclyn Hill. I don't understand Jaclyn Hill, okay? As a gossip tea commentary drama channel that has covered her for a long time, her lies are unnecessary. There's no reason for her to lie about these things. It makes no sense. Her audience is so dedicated and loving towards her, nobody would care. I wouldn't care. If she came out tomorrow and I'd be like, girl, tell your truth. Get it out. Finally, okay? You can live your truth and you can move. There's always people that are walking, if you see me walking back and forth behind a room. I'm like, live your truth. Okay, finally you addressed it and you got honest about things. Now, could you start, maybe disclosing affiliate links? So what's interesting to me is, when appropriately, I mean, she links things constantly, but disclosing affiliate links appropriately. We're not going to get into that conversation because the last time I got a couple people that are like, you're misinterpreting things and you're telling lies and these... Go read the FTC. I'm not doing it for you. You guys can go do all that. So the other day I was looking through the comments. Why can't I get to the beginning of this picture? Come on, picture. Okay, so the other day I was looking through all this and I was reading the comments underneath there and I thought the comments were interesting. Somebody at the very top said, which business did she close? And somebody said Jaclyn Cosmetics. Somebody else responded, all of them. Somebody else said all of them. All of them. Cosmetics, jewelry, loungewear. Somebody said, when I run out of my highlighter. A girl, it closed in December, okay? Somebody said, what? Get out. I didn't know you did that. She didn't. Forma Brands did. Sorry to chime in. My bad. LOL just shocked me. Good luck. Love birdies. Say you love her so much that you didn't even know she closed her business down. Damn, I'm always the last to know anything. I love her products and would have loved to try and get some more of them. You love her products so much that you didn't know her brand closed down. I love Piata and Cheesecake Factory, and I order from them all the time. I can tell you right now, if they close tomorrow, I would know the next day. Okay, I'm telling you right now. You don't obviously love her that much because you don't keep up on what's going on with all these people. We throw that word love around all. I love you, girl. I love you so much, girl. I love you. We say that to people we have not even known in like 30 minutes. I love you so much, girl. We are sisters. I love you. I love you, Jaclyn Hill. I do, girl. We should go get coffee the next time I'm out in Los Angeles, which will be never. Okay, somebody said, I bought 5 of everything because they were 80% off. Okay, girl. This is my favorite. I've been seeing her stuff at Ross in case you're needing more. Live. Jaclyn responded to this and said, just to be clear, Jaclyn Cosmetics did not file for bankruptcy. I know it's confusing. My partners did. Well, this is the first time Jaclyn's ever come out and mentioned that she has partners. I'm like, oh. Girl, I thought you said this. Who's your partners? Your mom? Jordan, I thought this was a family-owned business. If we're going off of what you said, girl, who are your partners? Your dogs? I mean, Boo Radley, I love him. He ain't one of my business partners. Who is your business partners, girl? This is the first we have had. You have never said you had partners, girl. Come on now, girl. Just to be clear, Jaclyn Cosmetics did not file for bankruptcy. Forma Brands did. They own Jaclyn Cosmetics. That's who filed for bankruptcy. This is the misinterpret. This is where she misconstrues things to the point where, like, it's like not even misconstrues, not the right word. She twists things around where it's like you don't even understand. Then people like want to fight you with Jaclyn's words that make no sense. I know it's confusing. My partners did. Her partners that had controlling factor in Jaclyn Cosmetics. My brand was not in debt and actually doing very well. It was just a mess internally and my mental health couldn't handle it anymore. Okay, so imagine a company owns McDonald's, okay? McDonald's is doing very well. The overriding company, Forma Brands, and what she's really saying is that Morphe was doing shit too. Morphe that she's supported for years and years and years. By this statement, what she's basically saying is Morphe wasn't making any money. If she's saying her brand was making tons of money, then Morphe wasn't making any for them to go into bankruptcy, okay? So what she's saying is, because now Morphe owns money to James Charles, Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star, all that kind of stuff for the bankruptcy, okay? So what she's saying is the brand that owns McDonald's, okay, they file bankruptcy and restructure. They offer this McDonald's franchise owner to buy McDonald's, okay? That franchise owner, Mr. McDonald, says, no, thank you. I'm not interested in buying my franchise back, okay? So that franchise goes away. That's what happened, okay? The controlling company filed for bankruptcy. The reason why Jaclyn Hill's lying in this statement is when she says, my company never, it was never her company, first of all. She never owned the company. She was never the CEO. It has on the paperwork, okay, for the filings, it has who the CEO is, who the CFO is, who the Chief Operating Officer is, the COO. It has all of the positions listed. These are court documents, you guys, okay? It doesn't have any of those titles are not Jaclyn Hill. When she says she was the CEO of Jaclyn Cosmetics, that is a fantastic lie, okay? That can be proved with one piece of paper. Jen Loves Reviews did an entire video about it 2 years ago, okay? And shows the paperwork. It says who the CEO is of Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I can tell you it wasn't Jaclyn Hill. She could actually probably be sued by Forma Brands for coming out and saying that she was the CEO of a company that she wasn't. I mean, that's really how serious it is for the business world. Unless they were like, no, we want people to think that she's a CEO because it looks better for selling her shit. Because if it was called Judy Smith Cosmetics, nobody was going to buy Judy Smith Cosmetics. The only reason it was selling was because it was an influencer brand, right? Which is why when people are like, why do you care so much about influencer brands? Because the only reason these brands would be anything that they are is because of the influencer behind them. Lunar Beauty wouldn't be Lunar Beauty if Manny wasn't behind it. If it was Joe Smith Cosmetics, nobody would care. Same thing with Laura Lee. Same thing with Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It wouldn't be that big of it. Nobody would have taken a look at it if it didn't have the influencers behind it back then, which is why collaborations were really important and things like that. So it is a huge deal when she comes out and she lies about this stuff, right? Somebody said, maybe do another video so the nosebleed section can hear it again. You do you, boo. I'm like, okay. Somebody said, do you think your will start another cosmetics line? How is it that I don't even watch every Jaclyn Hill video and I know more about Jaclyn Hill than all these people do? Somebody said, but I thought you said Jaclyn Cosmetics was a small family-owned business. Now you're saying you have partners? I'm so confused. Somebody said, you can still find things at Marshall's from time to time. I know that doesn't solve anything, but thought you might like to know. Somebody said, thanks to you, I stopped at the Ross next to my work and found a few things. So you can find at Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, at Jaclyn Cosmetics at your local Ross and Marshalls, just in case you want to know. Somebody said, she probably had some investors. This is so interesting to me that people call drama channels liars, and we know more about the ins and outs and the life and business of Jaclyn Hill than her super fans do, who apparently just stay ignorant to it. And I've said for years that my job is to bring information to the audience, to the consumer, so you'll be better informed about whose money you're putting in, whose pockets you're lining with money. And people are like, oh no, you just hate these people. This is a prime example. Jaclyn Hill has lied about this business for years. And her super fans are completely unclear about it, about whether she owned this business, if she had, I mean, they're speculating in there about having partners. Forma was a controlling partner. Go look at Google search it, just like I do, okay? You can find it out. You don't have to speculate it about in a comment section. She probably had some investors. You can have a small business with investors who front some capital and then make a mess of it. Does it really matter? Somebody said, can you reopen it when you are in stable health? She doesn't want to. She's made that very clear. Somebody said, you obviously know nothing about business. It was a family-owned business. She wasn't physically in her kitchen making the products. It was her brand, her choices that produced for her. She paid them to produce them. She sells it and markets them. If you have a family-owned store, you don't manufacture every item you sell. You purchase them at wholesale, then sell them at retail. If your supporters file bankruptcy and go out of business, you either find another wholesaler or decide to close down yourself. See how that works? So this person said, you obviously know nothing about business. Well, obviously you know nothing about business, and you obviously know nothing about the business of Jaclyn Hill, because that's actually 100% inaccurate what you said, okay? Maybe about some businesses, but not Jaclyn's. Forma Brands owned Jaclyn Cosmetics. She was paid. She wasn't paying them to manufacture the stuff. That's a blatant lie, okay? She wasn't paying them. They were paying her to be the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics. Jim Love's reviews proved that with the paperwork. You don't want to believe it? Go read the paperwork. I don't know what to tell you. People come for us and say we hate these people, but then they're not willing to read the paperwork. Hey! There's our friends with Alex walking to their room. Okay. Somebody said, you can have a small business and have partners or investors. It's a thing. Somebody said, TJ Maxx and Ross and those places have her stuff still super cheap. Crap. Somebody said, no, she said she employed her family in her business, not that it was a small family-owned business. Somebody said, you don't have to explain yourself or your life to anyone that wants to speak falsely or negatively on your behalf or what you created for your name. Well, okay, I mean, if it's a small rumor out there, I don't think she needs to address it. I don't think Jaclyn Hill needs to address every rumor thing out there about her, right? And I don't expect that from a lot of people. It's a little different when it's a business, okay? She's standing behind a business and saying she owns a business, she closed down a business, when that's actually, in fact, not true, okay? Tomorrow, you cannot go out and say, I own this business and I closed that business. That's actually a pretty big issue, okay? Like, you couldn't just walk down the street and say, I own that strip club, I fired everybody and I sold it, okay? You can't say that and then act like you're making choices for that business. She's done that for years, okay? Forma Brands owned Jaclyn Cosmetics. That is fact. I don't know why we're even in this comment section speculating about it. Oh my God, my tripod fell while I was getting into these comments. Okay, so somebody said, you mean your business closed down and you had no other choice? No, it wasn't her business. She had a choice. The choice was to buy the business back, and she chose not to do that. So she did have a choice. Somebody said, how does it automatically close? She needs to close it herself, or if it's hers. Well, it wasn't hers. Oh my God, all these people are fighting in here. What the F? You've never heard of a fresh start? I mean, it goes on and on and on. Oh my God, these people are fighting in the comments section. Girl, stop with the fighting. Somebody said she did not file for bankruptcy. Her partner's dead. Somebody said she didn't, her partners did. Somebody said, they're fighting. Closing down her business was literally a choice she made. LMAO what? Go be a hater somewhere else. Somebody said the company that owned it went bankrupt. LOL. That's exactly right, okay? Jaclyn Hill can get in a video and say, my business never filed bankruptcy. My partners did, because she never owned Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? I can sit there and tell you that my company never filed bankruptcy either. You know why? Because I don't own a company. You can get on video if you don't own a company too, and you can say to everybody out there, my business didn't file bankruptcy. You know why? Because you don't own a business. Jaclyn Hill can say that all day long. She can say it till the cows come home for dinner. You know why? Because she don't own no company, and she never did own no company, okay? Forma Brands did, and she was their partner. She's right, okay? In name alone. But she was making money. They were paying her. That's all part of this paperwork. This is where Jaclyn Hill wants to lie about stuff. I don't know why she doesn't come out and just be honest about it, okay? Because if she's honest about it, then she can never say my brand again. And she knows there's enough people out there that don't know the real story and don't really care to know the real story, okay? Somebody said, and because all these people are like, where am I going to get the highlighter? Where am I going to get the lipstick? Where am I going to get this? I love this comment so much, right? Somebody said, a million better makeup brands exist for y'all, crying in the comments like, but I need my palette. Somebody said, you moved to shithole California? Somebody said, so no more Jaclyn Cosmetics. Somebody said she closed it down months ago. Somebody said, I found some items in Marshalls and Ross. Did I read this one already? Oh, so sad. I really loved her brand. You didn't know until just now. So I won't be able to buy any more of her lipsticks? Somebody said, nope. Okay, but why? Because Forma filed bankruptcy and closed her brand down because it wasn't making them any money. She says they were making money, but she doesn't, like, she has no paperwork to back that up. She says it in the comment section. Girl, if you're going to address this in the comment section, come out and address it fully. Why don't you just make a whole video about it, girl? She always, like, hints on, this is what I love when she gets in Instagram stories and says, You guys, one of these days, I'm going to come out and I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to let you all know the truth that you don't know. Girl, I'm ready for that video. Why don't you come out and tell the truth, Jaclyn Hill? I'm ready for that video, girl. I'm ready. I'm waiting while my highlighter bakes. Is it coming, girl? Is it coming? I better look through my receipts before. Oh, do I have more receipts? Girl, what else did somebody said? Somebody said, you left Tampa. No more Jaclyn Cosmetics? What about Jaclyn Cosmetics? I love, and then so all these people in here are like, what does she do for a job? She doesn't have to have a job. She's retired now. All these people are going off. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a job. Jaclyn Hill has a job. You didn't know what Jaclyn Hill's job is? Here's Jaclyn's job. This was from the same day. Her job is to, here it is, for all those people that want to say I'm a liar, okay? It's also on sale on Amazon right now, okay? So there's the link to it right there. It's Amazon drink, and I actually went in. Where is it at? I went in, and here's the code. You can look it up, too. And you can't really see it because of the light and stuff like that. But here's the code. All you do is copy and paste the code, and you will see right here, next to code, it says tag, hashtag makeup by Jaclyn. Okay, so it's an affiliate link. So what is Jaclyn Hill's job today? Jaclyn Hill's job is actually, where are my receipts again? My receipts! Whitney, why does it keep on taking me way back up there in the pictures? Way! So Jaclyn's job today is non-disclosing affiliate links. Here it is again, her storefront that she doesn't disclose any of it. That's Jaclyn's job today. So what is her job now? Why does she have to have a job if she doesn't want to work anymore? So what? I don't want to work anymore. My friend that has 3 jobs and works at a bar till 3 o'clock in the morning to put her kids through school, she don't want to work anymore. So what? Let's all quit our jobs. Let's all go in tomorrow and quit our jobs. So what? She's literally getting paid just for you commenting on her content. Oh my God, really? I should post more pictures on Instagram. I didn't realize that by people posting pictures on an Instagram post that you get paid for that. That you don't. You don't at all, okay? What they're saying is she's an influencer. What she's influencing is non-disclosed affiliate links where she's breaking the law, okay? She's been informed of this enough, she continues to do it. People think I don't know the truth. Go look. You can go look at her Instagram. She posts non-stop undisclosed or non-disclosed affiliate links. Good for her. I was just asking a question. The money is probably, I said she was a rich bitch, didn't I? She is. Making babies, that's what her job is now. 8.7, this was my favorite, 8.7 million followers, she's good. Somebody said, linking absolutely everything in every video she posts, hashtag shilling. Somebody said, you do realize that the majority of her followers are bots and or bot followers, ... right? Because you know Jaclyn Hill's really good for that, right? She's good for buying her followers. I don't know how I got all these new people. I don't know either, girl, because none of them have followers or follow anybody, and they all have blank screen profile names. They're fake, all of them, okay? So that everybody around you can live in the world of delusional Jaclyn Hill. I hope she doesn't save her money. I hope she did, okay? Because I thought that her husband won that show, but I think he made it to number 3 or something like that. I actually really like Jordan. I like his cooking videos and stuff like that. So I thought they moved to LA so that he could start his cooking career out there and something like that. And I hope it really works for them, and I hope they're happy out there. I just wish she'd come out and she would, number 1, start disclosing affiliate links appropriately, because I just don't want the girl to be fined millions and millions of, I mean, she didn't have millions of dollars to buy her own brand that was family owned and operated, but owned by Forma. If she don't have money to buy her own brand that she loves so much and still claims to be the CEO of, if she didn't have that kind of money, girl, I don't think she has money to be paying the FTC for those non-disclosed affiliate links. I'm just trying to help you out, Jaclyn, okay? And then I wish you'd come out and address how you actually never really did own your brand, or if you did, in what form or fashion. Can you explain that to us? That's the only thing. Then, girl, you go on and you do your thing, and I wish the best for you, okay? I take really no issue with Jaclyn Hill other than that, you know? And in fact, the lipsticks, it's been so long ago, and I actually think Forma, I think they had a bigger part in that, and she to take the fall of it because she was the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics, right? So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.